had given up their lives for me to be able to practice, and for me to be able to treat other Black individuals. I was like, yeah, I can't ever go back the same, right? Like, I can never walk back into a predominantly white institution and watch the mistreatment of my people, right? As patients and as caregivers. I can never walk back and decide which fight I'm going to pick or which Black person I'm going to stand up and defend. And so it was in that moment, in that trip. It was Ghana, it was South Africa, going to the jail that Nelson Mandela was held in for 20 plus years. Then going to his house where it was shot up multiple times. Just to recognize that there were individuals before me that literally had put their lives on the line. How dare I, right, not speak up? How dare I not use my voice, which I know everybody doesn't have that voice, right? Like all of us aren't meant to be the fighters. All of us aren't meant to be, we all have our lane and our role. And I felt like God and the ancestors in that moment was saying this was my lane and my role. I jokingly say I went to the March on Washington, the celebration one that was just recently, like the 50-year celebration. And I was miserable, right? Like, you supposed to be in this moment where you're like, yes, this is everything. And it was in that moment I was like, yeah, so I'm not a marcher. Like, that's not my lane, right? Like, I'm going to be at the house making sure the mac and cheese is ready for y'all. I'm going to go to the meetings. I'm going to show out in the meetings. But as soon as y'all get to March, I'm out. That's not my lane. You know what I'm saying? And so it's the same with Village of Healing. It's the same with what I do. It's not everybody's lane to be the forefront and to be the one that challenges and doesn't do it politely, right? Because I don't do it politely in any way, shape, or form. And so that it was in that moment in Africa where I was like, yeah, this is my lane. This is where I can make a difference. And so that's what I'm choosing to do. And I don't even think that I thought I would start a clinic when it happened. I think that originally when it happened, I was just going to go back to work and, stomp my fist and, my feet and palm my fist. And then it didn't go over well. And I was like, yeah, so I got to create a space for my people. And I have to create a safe space for my people, and not just for patients, because that's all we hear about, right, is patients. But as clinicians, if we're in toxic, traumatic environments, it affects how we care for individuals. And so I wanted to be able to provide that for clinicians as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what